All right, welcome back to the channel. So Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder I think it may be their final presser, and in the lead up to their fight that they're going to have this Saturday, a lot of the questioning revolved around cheating. Tyson Fury blows up on Deontay Wilder about it, but still refuses to deny that he cheated. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. We got a really big fight coming up this weekend where all and everything, related to Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is going to be worked out for the last time. But there was a press conference that took place last night or today, depending on when you watch the video, that I thought was very, very telling. And honestly, I was really impressed because they asked Deontay Wilder about the allegations that he had about Tyson Fury cheating, right? And Kate Abdo was the person that was asking the question. And Tyson Fury, the way that Tyson Fury behaved as a result of that, to me, was very, very telling, man. Right when there was closing comments, Tyson Fury said that he had a lot to say, and he started going in on Deontay Wilder about the cheating allegations and ridiculing it. And, he did everything except deny it. And Deontay Wilder caught him. Now, I know that a lot of people out there who are on the Tyson Fury bandwagon are, going to say this is nonsense. But to me, it's very, very telling when a guy very calmly looks across at you and says, look, man, why don't you ever deny it? As many times as Deontay Wilder has accused him of cheating, and as much talk as there's been about Tyson Fury cheating, Tyson Fury to this day has not ever denied doing it. And I think that that is very, very telling, man, because he ridiculed it. And he comes up with this, you've made 30 million excuses, and how can this be true? And how can that be true? But look, when a guy says, did you cheat? And you refuse to say, no, I didn't cheat. People should be wary of that. And they should pay attention to exactly what it is somebody's saying. Tyson Fury has joked about him cheating more often than he has said that he hasn't. And ridiculing somebody's assertion is not the same thing as denying that it took place. And to this day, Tyson Fury has not denied it. Now, I have a feeling that I know exactly why it is that he didn't deny it, because it's true. And it's not based on and I don't base that on anything that Deontay Wilder has said or any accusations that Deontay Wilder himself has made. I just go off the fact that you can see the cheating take place in a videotape that is on the fight. And it is very obvious what Tyson Fury, forgive me for saying Terrence Crawford, what Tyson Fury was doing when he was doing it. His gloves were bending to the point where it was not humanly possible for your wrist to jack that far back, right? Where your glove's at a 90-degree angle. You see the man's fist in the glove with vertical lines in the fist in his glove. It's just very obvious what was going on. In the second fight, even if you say there's literally pictures of Tyson Fury where you can see the outline of his hands in his gloves, right? Literally can see this man's hand coming through the glove. You don't need Deontay Wilder to tell you that man cheated with that stuff. All you got to do is look at the pictures and look at the videotape. And that proof is in the pudding. If these people actually had to sit down and go over the videotape with Deontay Wilder sitting there and Tyson Fury sitting there and go through that stuff frame by frame, there's no way that anybody's going to say that Deontay Wilder does not have reason to believe that Tyson Fury cheated, right? I guess there are in some world out there, somebody could have went, and I'm going to do what they do, right? whenever Tyson Fury is out denying the fact that he cheated, he's not even denying it, excuse me. When he is ridiculing the accusation, not denying it, just ridiculing the accusation and saying, oh, well, you know, all of this, are you in on the conspiracy? Is the janitor in on the conspiracy? Is your mother in the conspiracy? How many things have you blamed me for? Is it 15 things? Is it 20 things? Is it 30 things? When he's, pay very close attention to that. He is not denying it. He's just ridiculing the accusation. But again, when Deontay Wilder asks him dead to his face, why don't you deny it? He turns around and says, I don't have to deny it. Well, maybe the reason he don't want to, one of the reasons he don't want to deny it is that if he turns around and calls Deontay Wilder a liar, Deontay Wilder has a case for defamation, because Deontay Wilder is telling the truth, and you're telling Deontay Wilder you're calling Deontay Wilder a liar, and Deontay Wilder ain't lying. The proof is right there. Tyson Fury cheated. But another beautiful thing that Deontay Wilder said is he walked very, very slowly through it and said, look, man, I can look at your track record, Tyson Fury. I can look at your track record. You have a track record for cheating. What about the wild boar meat, right? I noticed please notice that Tyson Fury did not have a snarky or smart behind retort to the wild boar meat, right? Because Tyson Fury knows full well he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs and came up with some cockamamie story about how he ate uncastrated wild boar meat. I love the entire press conference. I'm looking at Tyson Fury's body language. Tyson Fury's body language was clearly irritated that he even had to discuss it, went out of his way to try to ridicule Deontay Wilder as if anybody didn't already have, as if everybody didn't already have their mind made up. The fact of the matter is, at least from what I can see, I won't call it the fact of the matter, everybody's already got their mind made up about it. The people that think that Tyson Fury cheated already know that the man cheated. The people that act like Tyson Fury didn't cheat are, in my opinion, y'all are just not looking at it, or you're trying to be politically correct. Kind of like what Shelly Finkel did, where somebody asked Deontay Wilder's manager, hey, do you think Tyson Fury cheated? And Shelly Finkel said, I don't know. Kind of like, look, man, you're not gonna drag me into the middle of this with all this nonsense, right? My personal opinion is the only people that are denying that Tyson Fury cheated are people that just don't care that he cheated and are going along with the ride for him. Going on for the ride with him and really just want to see Deontay Wilder lose. I hope out of all of this that there's been significant amount of focus put on Tyson Fury's cheating so that he won't try to use the same overt tactics in the next fight. But most likely, he's still going to try to do a lot of the things that he did in the second fight. But those things are going to be things inside the ring, right? The palming the guy's face with your glove, trying to arm wrench him, wear him down, grab on him, maul him, doing things like that. Things that Deontay Wilder is just gonna have to be prepared for and have some counter move, to get Tyson Fury up off of him. That's what he's going to have to handle. But I love the press conference. I love seeing Tyson Fury nervous about it. And I'm still maintaining, I'm going to say it until I'm blue in the face. Until this man actually denies that he did it, there's no reason to think that the man didn't. With all of the videotape that there is on it and all of the past history that he had, just get out of here, man. The dude is a dirty fighter. Everybody knows that he's a dirty fighter. Some people just don't care, and other people do. Deontay Wilder fans who are fans of Deontay Wilder are going to point it out, and they're going to point it out even in this next fight if Tyson Fury tries anything funny. But anyway, I love the press conference. Bob Arum was clearly irritated about the questioning and feeling like Kate Abdul was on the side of Deontay Wilder just because she was fair and balanced when she asked the question. Because she didn't ridicule Deontay Wilder making the accusations. She just honestly asked him about the accusations. I loved it. If you haven't seen the press conference, make sure you go back and see the press conference. But anyway, that's my thought on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.